Hello everyone, this is Bobbin Threadbare, and welcome back to The Witcher 3. Where we last left off, I had taken a trip to Velen to improve my armor, and get all of that dealt with.
Greetings. Looking to buy?
Show me your wares.
However, I am now back in the Skellige Isles. And let's see here. Oh, I can take all the furs I've gathered and junk. But then again, maybe the furs would be better off just deconstructed. As it is,
Wouldn't mind a few rounds.
one thing I know I can get out of him is a good round of Gwent. Ah, Northern Realms. This is a pretty strong hand. We've even got a few spies in it. That guy is fairly useless on his own. Decoy's gonna come in handy. And yeah, maybe one of the 10 cards, the hero cards that aren't useful for anything. Alright, here we go. Here it begins. The decoy off. Oh, not going straight in with the spies, are you? Alright, I see where you're coming from. I don't agree with it, but I see it. As it is, this guy has either does not have much of a front row or does not want to invest in it right now. Maybe a little of both. But yeah, funny thing. Didn't even try and play one of his spy cards in the first round. As it is, he doesn't have any spies, so I don't need to use my leader ability on his graveyard just yet. But what I can do is start bringing cards back from the dead. Yeah, definitely a siege deck, which is a fairly good idea for a Northern Realms. But then that's why I kept the rain card. Or no, I drew the rain card. That's why I'm glad I drew the rain card. Alright, so he does have something for the front row. Oh, clear weather. Makes sense. Man, he's got 2 cards left and he's still holding on. Alright, well in that case, I'll just take one of your catapults and... Ah, there we go. Now you're bringing the spies out. Which is what I've saved this decoy for. Oh, still not spending them. Interesting. I know you still got my spy card in there. Alright, not a bad card to play against Nilfgaard. And as it is, I've got the strongest card available, so... What? Really does not like playing spy cards. You're weird. This is weird. Okay, finally. Spends his last spy card. So yeah, let's just murder spy card I gave you. Ooh, Commander's Horn for the back row. Good choice. You still haven't caught up with me. And as it is, you now have the strongest card on the deck. And... yeah, you're done. See, this is why you gotta do spies early.
His new captive woman, she's from
Grieves there than
Nilfgaard,
men.
you know. From Nilfgaard.
Fuss they ravaged.
He let her
We'd
share
have
his
fought
bed.
them off.
He wouldn't touch
Everyone
her with
knows
a 10-foot
Warwick's got
pole.
better
Just
warriors.
gives her a good looking over
Stupider maybe.
times. Says
Sonny,
that
if
when
the
he looks at
Noggle
her
Fair
real
had
close,
landed here,
he hates her so
we'd be
much he's
dead
got to
and rotten
scream.
now.
Them brass near through the long ships.
Greetings, impressive tavern.
Tavern? This ain't no tavern. It's the House of Warriors.
So what do folk do in the House of Warriors? Fight?
At times, one will take the other and give 'em a good slapping, aye? But mostly, folk come here to drink, eat, warm their bones by the fire, chatter a bit. Maybe listen to a skull bay to the moon.
About what folk do at a tavern.
You continentals don't understand a thing. You need some of our mead. Brewed wisdom it is.
What are you peddling? Let me have a look.
Oh, no cards. Such a shame. But I can still play him.
Yearning to play a few rounds.
Alright, Scoia'tael going first as always. Still don't get why people do that. And as it is, I don't have too much in the way of a good set of power cards, but then I do have 3 of my spies. Oh, and there's number 4. Looks like he's also got a spy, but that's the only one he gets. At least not without stealing any of mine. As it is, he's got an impressive front row there, and he is fully investing in it. And finally, alright, 14 cards to 8. 7 now. And yeah, I've got a whole big ol' handful of hero cards. But before I bother investing or anything, oh, good timing. I mean, I was going to grab him using my leader ability, but I can do it with a decoy too. Oh, you've also got decoys. Fair enough. Alright, I haven't got my other decoy out, but I have drawn all but 11 of my cards. Yeah, let's keep this rolling. Should have guessed. Well, I've also got my own resurrection card, so you are not helping your case there, sir. As it is, let's see how many cards I can get into play. Such a shame that I haven't drawn the Frost. Certainly would have come in handy. I got some heroes to spare too. Ah, there we go. And I can actually catch up a bit here. Alright, 2 hero cards. Is it worth it? Well, I got 2 hero cards who don't do anything, so... hell. I'm gonna get a whole bunch more spy cards. Including... where are you? Ah, yes. The only one left that he could have resurrected. Good thing I did. Man, Scoia'tael have more of the resurrection cards than I thought they would. Suppose it helps them seeing a big old chunk of his deck. Far more than normal. Certainly far more than you would expect from a Scoia'tael deck. But yes, now that I've got my card advantage back, how about I just play a few otherwise pointless cards and see how many see how few I can get him down to. Okay. That actually makes sense. Ooh. But not if that's the card you were holding on to. That's a wee bit more pointless. Two Scorches. Two Scorches. You were doomed. You had doomed yourself. That was the only cards you were holding on to.
Then the blast near blew the longships off the bay. 'Twas a fallen star to my mind.
Hogsmeade. Piles of it.
Anyway, as you might have gathered by this notice board that I hadn't seen, we are on the final island, the one that Yennefer is on. Of course, we're not going to go find Yennefer immediately. We do appear to have some other business we can do first. Okay, monster on the high road. And Morkvarg, plaguing the goddess's gardens. Huh.
Not a sail on the horizon. Every year, fewer and fewer pilgrims come.
You surprised? Folks say Freya stopped heeding our prayers when we let her garden fall into ruin.
Gods avert
Come and
their
treat
gaze.
the Jarl with me.
Hankering for
Wraiths
some
to
trotters,
descend
eh?
from the sky on the Rainbow Bridge. Ragnarok is nigh.
You've been saying that for 30 years, and yet we still live. Worse, though, is less pilgrims mean less business.
Alright, so that sounds like some useful information.
Fine, but ain't nothing like it.
Morkvarg is in the garden, and it's...
How can I be of service? In times like these, don't pay to save coins on weapons.
Show me what you have.
Quite a lot of armor. And crafting materials, of course. He is just an amateur, though. And while I'm here, I might as well dismantle some stuff. Get some valuable leathers. And a whole bunch of pearls. And then, of course,
What would you...
card games. Ooh. He's got the Nilfgaard card that cancels other leader cards. Gotta keep that in mind. However, what we do have is very probably a spy deck, and both of our decoys present. So yeah, we're gonna go into a spy off. Come on, have you got the last one? No? Well, at least not yet. Of course. Well, yeah, that's why you play the spies with the highest value first. Because inevitably it's going to be grabbed if the opponent has any decoys in their hand. Yep, and there he goes. Back onto my side. Oh, he drew a hero. That's what that boom boom. Yeah, that's what that sound means. Alright. And let's have enough of this front row nonsense. He passed, so I win. And because we ended the round with at least one spy in our discard, get one last one out for the road. And yeah, of course, he's going to do the same. But I think I've got the better set of cards. More heroes and the like. As it is, I think he's played all of his resurrection cards, because otherwise we would have been seeing more of them being applied by this point. And yeah, Rain in the back row is pretty safe option. Oh, yep. Oh boy, buddy, you just made a big mistake. Thank you for killing a friend. Alright, he's got a Letho. Oh, yep, and a Scorch. Makes sense. I wonder. He's got more cards in his discard that he could have resurrected, so I think that was a pretty safe move. Alright, the second least valuable team-up cards. Oh man. That was just silly. And you're out of cards. Ouch. I don't get to see the Impair Brigade come out in force very often, so I felt like showing that off. And yeah, you're more valuable, first because you kill the enemy card, and second because your value is doubled, unlike the archer. Nice.
Oh, that'd make quick work of the beast. You're a watcher. I seeing right.
Greetings. Saw your notice.
Huh. And they said, where you hang on that, ain't no one else gonna hunt that beast. But I showed 'em.
Any idea what kind of beast this is?
Oh, you hear all sorts of things. The wenches clean the nets, blather about Koshchays and manticores. But I reckon that's hogwash. We'd seek the counsel of Freya's priestesses, we would. But how can we when we can't get to the shrine?
And nobody's gotten a glimpse of the beast? From a distance even?
Oh, they have. Right close. Closer than boot and strap. Soon after, their blood spattered the underbrush. Near from the start, no ordinary man could handle the beast. But Sverra insisted. Mustered a crew and... only 4 came back. The rest massacred east of the village. So, will you help?
Let's talk about my reward.
You want to bargain? How would you count it? Height in hands at the withers, or...?
By species. Drowner's less than a cockatrice.
Aha! But we've no notion what prowls the high road. What do you say you cut it down and then we'll talk?
We pre-agree a price. Define a bonus for unforeseen risks.
So, how much?
Yeah, you don't get to just... Wow, the bonus rate can be really high.
Ah, have it your way. 'Tis your neck on the line.
I'll tend to the monster.
Not your first, that's clear enough. Not like our lads. Heads full of fire, but not a morsel of thought between them.
The 4 survivors. Where'll I find them?
Aim to talk to Sphere? Maybe 'tain't a bad idea. They're sitting over there by that hut.
But yeah, normally the range is 1 to 100, not 1 to 200. I guess that's the surcharge for unknown dangers.
She's from Nilfgaard, you know. From Nilfgaard.
They rubbish.
Could you let her share his bed?
He wouldn't
Everyone
touch her
knows
with a
Warwick's
10-foot
got
pole.
better warriors.
Just gives her a good looking
Stupider
over
maybe.
times. Says
Sonny,
that
if
when
the
he looks
novel
at her
fair
really
had
close,
landed here,
he hates her
you'd
so
be
much
dead
he's
on
got to
Warwick
scream.
now.
I'll ask this Witcher. He'll tell you monsters don't set traps.
What's the issue?
Ye or anyone ever heard of a beast setting a wagon in the road, then waiting in ambush? They're too plough dumb for that, damn it.
Dumb or no, they tore a few of our lads to shreds, and we ran like rats. They deserve to be buried.
Willing to talk about it? Tell me what happened?
Ask away.
Remember what the monster looked like?
It were dark. Casper thought he saw something, but
'Cause I did. It was huge. Its maw all blood smeared. Bugger gutted Ungi with 1 claw, near spliced him in 2.
Word is, you were ambushed. Tell me where.
short way from here, along the road to Lofferton. Saw a wagon crosswise the road near the woods.
We barely got to it when something came rushing through the underbrush, and whoosh! Blood spurted in me eyes. I wiped it away, looked, saw Einar lying dead.
Interesting. Thanks.
Huh? For what?
Jarl summoned.
Well, for sharing, I guess.
Have supper now.
Information gives me some clue.
Think it's true?
That I cannot believe. Respect,
Kneel
Witcher.
before the goddess.
But as it is, we still really haven't narrowed things down much. At the very least, we'll know where to start looking. Wagon in the middle of the road. Just over here. Oh, it's not in the middle of the road anymore.
Not much left. Beast must have dragged the shredded body to the woods. Something really did tear him to pieces. Looks like blood, but... Red clay. Necker warriors use this clay to mark their position in the pack. Creature leading the Neckers is sentient. Gotta be. Capable of sending them to the woods at least.
Alright, so something big, something intelligent, and something that can
Found a good place for their nest.
command Neckers. That last bit is rather unusual. And yeah, we got the old swamp gas in the way here. Alright. Want a piece of this, you go ahead, but I'm not going back into that nasty cave.
Seems the Neckers have developed an immunity to the toxin. Now the poison protects their nest. Clever, finally. The main nest.
Seems pretty dark in here. Not very busy.
Guess I got company.
Hagubman. Apparently I'm supposed to fight him in 3 separate instances. But I'm doing so much damage that I hit him once and the next section triggers. Dang it. Man, and I had built up so much damage too. I was killing them in one. Interesting though. Apparently it's just one especially strong and old and large Necker. Like, not a different species at all. I gotta go through this section again though. Okay, good. Safe and sound. Wonder what they're cheering for.
So will you help then?
Killed the beast that was troubling you.
Merciful Freya. Horson's finally dead. Now, tell us, was it a tough fight? Got any wounds need dressing?
No, I'll be all right.
Ah, nothing new to the likes of you. Hard work, witcherin'. All right, your reward. This here's for you.
Thanks. So long.
Mean to go back to work at the mill? Sing ballads about.
Alright, that's that business dealt with, but what's this business all about?
Not one of them came back alive from Freya's guns.
Think they call me the Vipress because I'm pleasant to talk to? Out of my sight, foreigner.
To be perfectly honest, I did not think you'd win even one race, yet here you've gone and won 3. Well, you've earned the right to ride in the great race, but do you think you're ready for it?
I was born ready. Let's start this.
Careful. It's a great honor and a great danger. The time has come for the great race. Riding for glory of Freya will be Geralt of Rivia and last year's champion, Astrid the Vipress.
I mean, it's just a horse race. Really not sure what she means by danger. Because it's still just a horse race. Oh.
Out of the way or I'll kill you.
I mean, with a particularly aggressive opponent, but she's not gonna kill me. There aren't going to be any sudden
Beg your pardon.
attacks or anything, and it's over. Because this is a small island.
The hero's pursuit is done. Geralt of Rivia has outridden Astrid the Vipress. The White Wolf, our dark horse, has won. Lovely race. The goddess must be pleased, as should you be with your prize.
Not bad, gotta admit. Don't know where I'll be a year from now, but I'll try to come back.
Friends we show heart, foes we show our axe. Remember that.
But yeah, we did kind of skip over some dialogue where, you know, we would have come here earlier and she would have explained about how the races here, much like the Fists of Fury, the pugilism, is well, it's for the honor of the gods rather than for base pursuits like money, although you also get money. Anyway, there is an exclamation mark just out there in the woods, a little ways further in. So, yeah, seems like the first thing we should have a look at.
O great and mighty Freya, help us fulfill the oaths we've sworn.
Give us strength and courage. Swift hands and sharp eyes. Lead us.
Right, lads, let's get to work. Clear out this mine.
Who are you? Why are you here?
Could ask you the same. Places like this, usually home to necrophages alone.
They're corpse eaters, aye. And they grow bolder by the day. Crawl out to attack the living.
We'll kill them all. Clear the mine with our swords in our hands. Honor our fathers in doing so.
I'm a witcher. Could go with you and help.
And steal the glory due us? No chance.
Glory won't do much for you if ghouls are gnawing on your bones.
When you think on it, makes sense.
All right. You lead the way then.
I mean, we know we're going after necrophages, so I might as well load up for it. And yeah, so...
Where you going?
So these guys are very much killable. Very much can die if things end up going wrong for them.
Hey, where you going?
Smell a card. I'll kill him.
So yeah, with that in mind, I am rushing ahead of them just to make sure, you know, they don't get themselves killed.
Got me eye on you.
Best blade's not worth shite if
Last one. Drag the corpses outside. Burn them. Other ghouls don't scorn their cousins' corpses.
Aye. True.
It's good you came. Seems Freya watches o'er us to have let you here. We're grateful, and will be for long.
Folk are generous with gratitude. Not so much with coin.
Oh, aye. Sorry. Afterglow of the battle, we're still caught up. Damn, you slice 'em good. Here, for you.
Thanks. Farewell.
We show our axe. Remember that.
So I'm guessing that last red dot in the mini-map must be above us somewhere. Yeah, I suppose it helps that in Skellige, glory and pride are more valuable than money. And so, you know, if you get the one for them, they don't really mind handing over the other. Got a few decent containers in here. Dimeridium ore. Did we go this way? Not sure that we did. But then again, might be best to avoid getting lost down here. So I did find this big old stack of crates. It's worth looting. But with that done, maybe it's time to go outside. As it is, there appear to be 3 major settlements on the island here. And one of them is a question mark, which says to me that it's been taken over by monsters or bandits. It's also not going to be easy to get over there just by crossing the mountains, so I've decided
back to work at the mill.
Come again?
I should take the roads.
Foreigner, watch your step.
Should get me around the central mountains and over to where I need to be. It sounded more like dogs than wolves. Either way, I don't have time for them. I've got this abandoned site to clean up. And it is full of harpies, I see.
Show me what you got.
Yeah, I was, you may have seen just now, I pulled my lantern out because that was the last, middle mouse button thing that was active when I was trying to go for the crossbow. Anyway, we've only taken out some of the harpies around here. Ooh, instant death. Oh, that was a special harpy, and it was the last one. But instant death is instant death.
Yippee! The Witcher killed a monster!
Strange place for its entrails to end up, but
Watch it!
no real trouble in getting to it.
Whoa! What a sword!
Anyway, I'm not really seeing any signposts for some reason. Well, there's a question mark just up the road. Looks somewhere near where all those harpies are. Or, no. Looks like that little rise over on the left there is where all the harpies were. This question mark is just along the coast. Oh, another abandoned site. Now this time it's wolves. Almost disappointed it's so mundane. Alright. Now the population has returned. Wolves having been cleared out. And fishing can commence once again.
Greetings, stranger.
I'd like...
Well now. He's actually got diagrams I haven't found. I mean, most diagrams you can just sort of locate in items, but he apparently had diagrams for special bolt types. And that's actually pretty rare. Alright, yeah, I don't need an extra chance to find herbs. I think I'll be getting rid of that as soon as I can.
Farewell.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. We've got a blacksmith who isn't properly a blacksmith here. And also strange is that these two stacks of the identical crossbow bolts won't stack with each other. Got no idea what's going on with that.
Yippee! The Witcher killed a monster!
Well, regardless, There is that one other question mark that we raced past during the horse race. And we've also got the Priestess of Freya to talk about, to figure this Morkvarg thing out. Lots of snow around here.
Gran told me you blaspheme the gods.
Greetings. Can I have a word?
I am here to serve pilgrims who have come to venerate the goddess.
Mine's more an earthly matter.
What is it?
Word is you've got a problem. Morkvarg. That's its name? Could tend to it for you.
Do so, and you will greatly please the goddess.
That's nice and all, but coin's what pleases me.
You look the type. Fret not, I shall pay. But only if you rid us of Morkvarg, once and for all. There have been those who have killed Morkvarg, but a curse has brought him back each time.
Notice I read didn't mention a curse.
All who live here know of it.
Could be, but I'm not from around here. Could use some information.
Archpriestess Ulva cast the curse. It bound Morkvarg to the garden for all time. So even if he is killed, he returns there.
Never heard of this Morkvarg. What is it exactly?
Not what, who. The worst man Skellige has ever known. He held nothing sacred, raided the lands of his own clan, took gold from Nilfgaard, murdered women heavy with child, and children he...
I know the type.
They said he feared but one thing, albeit secretly, the wrath of the gods. Morkvarg decided to prove everyone, himself included, wrong. So he came to Hindisfjall to raid the goddess's garden. This was years ago. Archpriestess Ulva stood in his path. He stabbed her in the breast and cast her into the mud. As her blood gushed forth, she cursed Morkvarg, and he transformed into a monster.
Could you be more specific? Monster can mean a lot of things these days. Folk have been known to call me that.
I'm afraid I cannot tell you more, for I've never seen him myself. But you might speak with Toradar's son, Einar. He saw Morkvarg and his men descend on the garden. He was the sole pilgrim to escape with his life that day. Settled in Larvik, you'll find him at the landing there, provided he's not at sea.
Farewell.
The goddess protect you from all evil.
Monster Slayer. My gran told me about you.
Wonder what they're doing here. And where all the men are. Well, anyway, looks like we could head straight to the garden to deal with Morkvarg. But it seems like we may get some more useful information from Einar. So let's go visit him first.
Something I've always wondered. What do you witchers do once there are no...
You're you dimwit! Drop one more and I'll keelhaul you!
Got a minute?
Prepare my boat, can't you see? Nilfgaardian dogs were to hunt us some.
Got bigger game in mind. Morkvarg.
Ah, so them's your apples. All right, ask away. In praise of Freya.
You were there when Morkvarg raided the garden. Heard you alone survived.
True. I managed to flee. Great Mother was looking out for me that day.
But she didn't give a lick about the priestesses.
Apparently. Morkvarg had them bound, then slit their throats like horses for the sacrifice. And he laughed. Understand? He laughed.
but Archpriestess Ulver cursed him with her dying breath. You are beastly now, remain so forevermore. Ah, saintly woman.
What happened to Morkvarg?
Hard to believe, but fur rose through his skin, and his mug stretched forth into a muzzle like a dog's or a wolf's. He howled, long and grieving, then lunged at his men. They tried to run, but he was fast as lightning. As he killed them, clamped his jaws round their throats, they turned to ash, just like that. Ash that seeped from twixt his fangs.
Not good. Curse must be complex, multi-leveled.
Such is the Great Mother's power.
Didn't help the priestesses. Why not?
How could I? Alone against a dozen raiders that... Why are you staring?
Just wondering. You people, obsessed with honor, courage, and so on. But you just cut and run? Strange.
I ain't proud of it. Since that day, I've been seeking a worthy death at sea. Seems the goddess, she's not seen fit to summon me yet.
Thanks for your help.
Goddess, guide your sword.
Got me eye on you.
Geralt does make a good point. I mean, we've seen two men die because they failed to bring a man his bride. Alright, I was wondering how the big wagons would get down to that dock, because that was way too steep, the path I went up. Yeah, apparently there's a second path, one that is less steep, a bit longer, but capable of carrying wagons. Anyway, first things first. Got a bit of a guarded treasure here. Sounds like some sort of wraith. Indeed. A wraith type of wraith. Not so hard once you manage to pin them down. What even happened here? A lot of people died. Anyway, the thing about this particular contract is that you have to do it first.
A bite. Just one morsel. One piece. A crumb. Food. Food. Shank. Not again. Not again.
Front door is locked, but there's a way around. There has to be. But yeah, as I was saying, you have to do this particular contract in order to free up this garden and proceed with the main quest. So even if I wasn't interested in procrastinating, we would still have to do this.
Human blood. Lots of it. Deep wound, must have been.
Well, can't get through there either.
Claw marks. Huge claws. Claw marks. Huge claws.
And apparently no other way of getting through.
Blood. Human. Something down there. Can't see a thing. Footprints. Light ones. Someone was being stealthy.
Well, like they said, fighting Morkvar has sort of become a thing during the years of his occupation. So these human footprints might belong to one of them.
No bite marks. Morkvar doesn't eat his victims. Strange. Monster tracks. Running. Chasing something.
Footprints go the other way.
Fight happened here. Prints. Deep, spaced far apart. A runner.
Someone wasn't trying to be stealthy anymore.
Human blood. Lots of it. Deep wound, must have been.
Seemed to peter out at the door here.
Claws. Really wanted to get inside. Desperate almost. Claws. Really wanted to get inside. Desperate almost.
Alright. So it appears that someone came in, snuck around for a bit, probably trying to ambush Morkvar. A fight ensued, got injured, ran, shut the door and locked it behind him, and that's as much as we can see for now. At least in that direction.
Ugly bastard. Another corpse. No bite marks here either.
And it appears, at least, that Morkvar tried to open the door, couldn't get through, and ran in a separate direction.
Lots of prints, old and new. His lair must be nearby.
There's this little ladder here, but it's short enough that you can just hop up instead.
Can't cross that. Gotta go down, provided I can open the sluice. Mechanism looks pretty standard. One lever to choose the sluice gate, the other to work it.
Well, it's like he says. 2 sluices. Oh, there's a cave in the back here.
Key? Raymond? Where's the key? All I have in the chapter house. The crate. But the key? Where's the key? Why so silent, Raymond? You thief! You rogue! You whoreson! You worthless bastard! I will find the key without you, idiot, stupid prick!
Oh, he's coming after me.
Your stench.
Well, this won't be the end of it, but, oh, we can talk to him now.
Willing to talk now?
Only now can I. Such is the curse. Makes me bite, scratch, mangle, till I drop. You've got time before the blood's gone from me, and I return. Listen, carefully. Undo the curse. Free me. Finally, I will reward you.
Mentioned a reward of some kind.
Looted. Raided. Drunk most away. All but one. True treasure hid away. Yours. Just help me.
So, no joy in being a werewolf?
Nay. It's the worst. Not the garden to which I'm bound, even. But the hunger. Anything I devour returns to ash. Ash I cannot eat. I cannot drink. Yet I bloody live and roam and prowl. The hunger is terrible. I bite my own flesh, but the smallest morsel burns my throat like boiling tar.
Everlasting hunger. Classic as curses go. Goes to explain why all those corpses went untouched.
Help, or I'll return to shred you, rip you limb from limb.
See what I can do.
See and do, or I shall return.
Farewell.
See you soon.
And off he pops. But, hey, I got some stuff off of his corpse. What's left of it, anyway. Huh. Looks kind of like a hole there.
Draft from below. A cave?
Yeah, sure enough. It's a hole. It's not big enough to drop down, but it implies there's something else around here we should take a look at. Speaking of which... what's this?
Ideal friend. Patient, doesn't mouth off.
Nothing significant then. Anyway, let's see about those sluice gates. Seems like if I can manipulate them right, I can access more of the garden. Alright, so that's the one that opens and closes the gates, so this must be the one that switches them. Oh, only for a limited time, I see. Alright. Guess that opens the one on the right. Not quite sure how I need to arrange these things. At the very least I can go... no, I can't go over here. Oh well. But it sounds like only the one on the far left is like staying open or closed. As it is... yeah, opening that gate allows me into this underwater tunnel. But yeah, it seems pretty clear that we need to find some sort of food that Morkvar can eat.
Bones fell through the crevice years ago.
If we want to have any hope of breaking the curse. I mean, not that we're going to we're not going to let Morkvarg live. Let me make that clear. He's very clearly the kind of person that the world is better off without. But in order to rid the world of him, we do need to break the curse, because it is keeping him alive. In absolute misery, but alive. And, you know, at this point, the misery he causes is... At this point, the misery he endures is not worth the misery he is causing everyone else. So yeah, he has suffered enough. Because the suffering is starting to spill over. He did offer us treasure, but yeah, not sure that's going to be worth his life. As it is, we have finally gotten into the chapter house here. Morkvarg's journal. Alright, let's see. Yep. Discussing his various exploits and murders. But most importantly, Einar, the survivor, is named as one of his men. So perhaps we should have a chat with him about that. Clearly he knows more than he let on the first time. So maybe he's got some information we can use to end this. Front door's still locked. Luckily there's this pile of debris over here we can use to climb back up and out. Come on, Roach, you don't have to appear in the entire wrong direction like that. Man, as horses go, I definitely prefer the Assassin's Creed horses that show up already at a gallop, heading in the direction that you're running, and then just by holding down the button you can automatically hop on and just go even faster.
Greetings. Praise Freya.
Liar.
What? I swear it on the Great Mother's tits.
Cut the act. Don't buy your piety one bit. You were one of Morkvarg's men.
Well, well. Sharp yarn. Didn't see one thing, though. Lads here around me, they're mine. Armed to the teeth to the man. Let me introduce yous.
I'm no knight-errant. I'm a witcher. Didn't come here to bring you to justice.
Digging up the past? What's that for?
Need to know what actually happened in the garden. Gonna lift Morkvarg's curse.
Why would you bloody do that? Our son should suffer till Ragnarok. The day after, actually.
It's what I do.
Used to say the same myself, till Morkvarg gave the order to sail for Hindisfjall. I raided often and cruelly. Killed women, children, whatever my axe happened to hit. But priestesses, it was too much, even for me. When it was over and Morkvarg was drinking with the rest, I took this out.
Wolf-fang pendant, covered in runes.
I got it from my da, who was god eye of our village. Told me that anyone I cut with a fang would suffer a fate worse than death. Spoke true, it seems.
Your pop mentioned how to reverse this?
Victim needs to get the fang is all. But I'll not give it to you. That whoreson should suffer.
Listen, the priestesses, they really long to get their garden back. And as I see it, you owe them, don't you think?
All right, take it. But it don't come free. Want one thing in return.
Won't tell anyone about your past, give you my word.
Not that. If you do, I'll just find you and kill you. Once Morkvarg's human again, you can't let him leave. No matter what.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Come on.
Part of the plan anyway.
Respect, Witcher. Head of a jail.
But yeah, so just giving him the fang sounds like that should be a fairly simple way to lift the curse. Now you do have to be careful here. I don't think the game will allow you to go back on your word. Like, lift Morkvarg's curse, find out where the treasure is from him, and then kill him. Don't think the game allows you to do all of those things. But yeah, just a bit of lost treasures. Not worth letting a guy like that free to raid again. Because I guarantee you he has not learned a damn thing from this whole experience. Or at the very least, has not learned enough. But I believe he should be back where we found him last time, in the cave at the back of the garden. Wonder why Morkvar thinks that the priestesses cursed him. Because apparently they didn't. Alright.
Here we are again.
You can't end this. Or release me.
Here, put this on.
I need no more fangs.
Don't be a smartass, just do it.
I'm free. Free! At last! Oh, where's the tavern? I can eat a broiled pig. No, a side of beef. Wash it down with a cask of ale. Then to sea. They forgot me, no doubt. Well, I'll fucking remind them with a bang. In Novigrad, everywhere. I'm back!
For now.
Sorry, can't let that happen.
Then why'd you bloody free me?
To kill you, once and for all.
Down goes the arm. Huzzah! But yeah. From the sound of things, Einar has repented his ways. Maybe too little, too late. But Geralt's not one to judge. I mean, so long as he isn't, like, actively threatening people now, it's, not that big of a deal. As far as what he does is concerned, anyway. I mean, if other people want to take revenge on him, that's fine, too. It's just not Geralt's business. It's the big thing. However, lifting curses and, killing werewolves, that is Geralt's business. And business is booming.
What is it you wish?
Greetings. What may I help you with this time?
Morkvarg, got a few more questions.
Well, not questions, but...
I've come for my reward.
But can you be sure that...
Morkvarg's gone, for good. Guaranteed, or you'll get your coin back.
I shall hold you to that, Witcher.
Monsters here. My gram told me about
Kneel
you.
before the goddess. Pay her homage.
But yeah, Morkvar's gone now, and so only thing left to do on this island is find Yennefer. But that will have to wait.